Hey, what's been happening, guys? Welcome back. So, as you may have still remember my previous attempt on making a special, I believe it didn't really work out, but I've decided, guys, we have just recently hit 26k. Well, we hit that mark for a while now, but I just waited to be sure YouTube is not gonna screw me up again. And I was waiting for it. Last time I made a special for you guys was my 18k, like a legitimate special. I believe it was a Reggie Trio legit gas narration, one made by Dangerous 36M, may his soul rest in peace. Second made by Wild Chase, may his soul rest in peace. And the third one made by Acoustic Kind. Where the hell is Scott? Seriously. But here we are. I'm gonna talk about the game. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice, because back before, when I was trying to make this match, the stadium match, trying to attempt to make one work, didn't really work out. But I didn't talk about the game, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I was talking about random stuff. But here we go. Maestro, the Maestro in here to stay. Executor, not the greatest switch for me as a lead. I still have the big disadvantage. So I'm checking out my team. I'm deciding on which sort of switch I should do. Should I switch out to my Hellhound? Should I switch out to my Skarmory? Should I switch out to my... Well, that's pretty much it. Those two. Now this team I'm using right here, I have much respect for this team because I feel like it can handle every single team out there. I'm not sure why I'm saying this, because it just boosts the motivation of winning. This team is amazing. And he did miss with Sleep Out there. It's mighty unfortunate. You gotta know a couple of things. As you can probably tell, I can see my opponent's moves down there. I can see when he switches, I can see when he attacks. But I want to be a respectable player here. So I decided I'm gonna try to ignore the button screen as much as I possibly can. Unfortunately, on the first turn, I didn't really ignore it. So I decided, knowing he would stay in, of course I would have Flamethrower anyways, because majority of them tend to predict Pursuit. But he did Sleep Out there. Unfortunately, I have the Miracle Berry, waking me up on the next turn, and now I have Pursuit for the kill, and that is one of his threats down for the count, and 5 more to go. Executor, I was kinda still banking, because he could have had decided to explode on me as I was going for the Flamethrower, but luckily that was not the case. Now Lapras is actually a bit of a gimmicky Pokemon in here. I barely ever face it. I tend to face it when it comes down to situation. I tend to face Vaporeon with Growth, but Lapras is a nice Pokemon. It's got that Ice Stab to back it up. And Raikou in this case can definitely handle waters and bulky waters, especially Raikou does have respectable special defense. And my HP standing not that healthy. There's a particular reason behind it, but I'm gonna show you guys that later on, as he did Confuse Ray my Raikou. I don't want to be risking any sort of confusion hit. So I decided I'm gonna predict the Jolteon coming in here, trying to set up Agility Baton Pass to Marowak. So I decided to go to my Earthquake user, my Maestro, to handle Jolteon one-on-one. But yeah, to my surprise, he actually decided to switch out to Marowak, and I'm starting to feel that this is definitely not a favorable matchup. So I decided to switch out because I know Marowak does have respectable defense. I want to use a defensive Marowak trick with the club, raising his attack +2. And in this case, he did predict me to switch out by going for a Sword Dance, playing with some sharp swords, and threaten me. Now do go for the poison, because I want to poison him first. If he does decide to switch out, means to poison something else on his team. I don't see many things taking poison in general, but it's a good move in general. Being that my Skarmory is actually pretty flexible, he actually avoids the Rock Slide. He actually avoids those rocks falling on him. So that's pretty cool, because I'm faster, he cannot flinch me, but I believe he's still gonna be packing a punch. So I just go for the Drill Pick. I just want to do as much damage as I possibly can. Do get a crit, so that's kind of lucky. But again, Marowak is just there. I'm seeing how much Rock Slide did. It's a solid 2-hit. Well, not a solid 2-hit, more like a solid 3-hit, bearing no crits. But it's mostly unfortunate that he did miss the first one, being that it's not Stone Edge we're talking about here. Stone Edge would have been kind of expected, but this is Rock Slide. This is old school, baby. We don't miss with those moves. But I'm gonna go for the Drill Pick. Skarmory, seeing his moves, he is fully offensive. Again, the well, there's really not much I could do. Of course I'm gonna see that. Even if I'm trying to forget it, there is no way he's not checking out what kind of moves I'm doing. So, you know, it's just there, literally. But it's kind of hard, you know, to ignore down below those moves. And you're gonna see at the end that we did use the Netplay, but that's just something that we cannot avoid. You know, that's just the way it goes. I switch out to my Machamp, can expect maybe Fire Blast, but he did go for Earthquake being Skarmory is fully immune to it, and now he did decide to switch out to his Marek. I'm pretty much just gonna go for my greatest bet against his team, being Exector, who was taken down early stage. Cross Chop can rip through the rest of his guys. You can probably tell it can two-shot majority of things. He did decide to switch out to his Snorlax, giving it a big high there. Unfortunately, Machamp can most definitely handle you one-on-one, but I don't want to be taking the chance of actually failing or one-shotting him, because Snorlax is actually quite decently bulky. Even without the curse, that thing can still take it. I believe it can take one cross chop and then decide to go for the self-destruct. But unfortunately, Miltank in this case is going to be the one taking it. And I love the animation when Miltank goes down. It's so freaking cute. Snorlax's eyes are like Brock's suicidal attempt right there, with a success of taking one of my Pokemon down. Decide to switch out to Houndoom, and I decide to switch out to my Raikou. Being that I can take on Lapras, being that I can take on Jolteon. There is a specific reason why I'm saying this. You're gonna see later on. Raikou does have a bit of a, well, it's kind of like a bit of a weakness towards other electrics, like Jolteon, for example. So I decided to run Hidden Power Ground. That's right, and if I'm not mistaken, it's physical, and Raikou's special is better, but in this case, as you can see, it did a lot. It left Houndoom standing with 69, and I can probably just two-shot him, no question about it. Of course, he did go for the Fire Blast right there, but that doesn't really do that much, and Raikou should handle him. But I'm trying to kind of experience a little bit. I want to be, you know, kind of experiencing the stuff, the animations, all the stuff that are happening in this game. I'm really liking how much effort they put into this game. I feel like when playing this game again, like back in the days, I feel like there was just so much stuff involved that it makes the newer version, the Pokemon Battle Revolution, it feels like it was rushed through, like truly rushed. When playing this game, there's just so much more character to it. It may just be me or my liking to the old games, but I don't know, I feel like Stadium is just the best in the series, by far, in the arena style Pokemon series. So yeah, we did hit that Houndoom, taking him out, and here comes his Lapras. Now of course I'm gonna go to my Machamp. I don't want to be going to Raikou because again, Confuse Ray, don't want to be taking that any day soon, not to mention if I hit myself and he keeps on going for Surf, you know, all the residual damage from the Confuse Ray and me not hitting him is still gonna be a bit too much, plus not to mention Houndoom cannot handle it, and I don't want to be risking my Raikou being taken down this early. So I decided to go for Rock Slide. Of course there is a reason why I didn't go for the Cross Chop. I want to see how Rock Slide, animation, Machamp doing all this stuff. Why not do it, right? Plus I don't see Lapras being all that threatening if my Raikou doesn't get confused on the switch, because once Raikou comes in here without being confused, I can probably handle him, as well as his Jolteon. But for now, I was trying to mess up a little bit too much, because this is gonna bite me, as you're gonna probably see right here. Cross Chop is gonna miss, unfortunately, but hey, at least my Maestro didn't hit himself, so there's still some positive side to it. He did go for Surf again, and a Mighty War is gonna blow me away. Machamp, definitely a powerful Pokemon. Against water, he's a bad swimmer. Still, Raikou again coming in here against some lefties. Him getting some lefties, of course, the standard stuff. T-Bolt, Hidden Power Ground, rest, and just go for the T-Bolt. It really does look powerful in this game, the T-Bolt effect. It really feels like you're really getting struck by lightning, you know, just that raw power. T-Bolt again, there is really not much he can do. He can switch out, but I have Hidden Power Ground to handle his last Jolteon. if I'm not mistaken. That should be his last, and seeing that screen displaying there, yeah, it is his last. So it's Jolteon versus Raikou. Legendary, well, legendary versus an evolution. That's definitely not a legendary, but it's electric versus electric. In power, I'm guessing it's water, it may be ice, well, it's not ground, that is, it may be grass, but I'm not too sure. Now, seeing how much they did in power ground, looks like a solid free hit, which is great. Hit it, fail on doing something, I'm not too sure what he was doing there. Let me think if I can still remember, because I didn't read the screeny. I believe he made a misclick by going for the baton pass, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was a misclick, but it's not like it really matters, because you can easily tell that even if he gets all the crits in the world, Raikou should, you know, normally take him out before that ever happens. Switching out the Skarmory, because there is one thing I forgot to mention. The controls I was using on my joystick, the right was up and the up was right, so that was like the only thing that was messed up. So here, as you can probably tell, I made a misclick because of that reason, because I clicked the right and it was actually up, so it picked my Skarmory instead of Quagsire, which I was originally trying to go into. So that, yeah, that mistake there, that misclick, that me forgetting the controls for a second, cost me my Skarmory. But I decided to go to my Quagsire to see some more animation to it. Powerful Earthquake, taking out the Jolteon, and that should be the end of it. That was the game. You know, it was a fun match. Not the greatest match out there, but you can probably see right here Netplay input plugging Bell against Mega Keldeo. To show you guys how it all works, I feel like I should just leave a link to a certain guide in the description. It's kind of hard to find matches like this. It's kind of hard to find people on YouTube that play stadium matches like this. I believe I have 3 people on top of my head right now that I know they legitimately make this stuff. Still, hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you liked this stadium matches, wanna see me do more, you know, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll take your comment into consideration. I'll take all the feedback into consideration. But thank you for all the support you've got me over these past years. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching my stuff on my channel, and here we drink to many more to come. Till next time, guys, peace out.